I'd just like to say this video here is probably the only time you're going to catch me talking in like a true unbiased. You're going to hear my true feelings, how I feel about this, I think, in this video here. Like every time you hear me talk about EU versus NA, I'm just going to be really annoying. I'm going to be shit talking, hyperbole, exaggeration. EU's the best, NA's trash. But here is when you're going to hear my true feelings. So make sure you treasure this moment. What is up, guys? It's me, KWIS, and we are back again with another video. And by the time you're watching this video, I should currently be in Illinois for Combo Breaker. So, you know, I'm doing a bit of time travel here to get back to get this video to you guys. And if you have been living under a rock or you haven't been paying attention, the big narrative going into this Combo Breaker right now is the NA versus EU rivalry. It's been hotting up. You know, we've had players for example, VDX coming to compete in our ICFC, the rivalry there. Obviously, myself, I traveled to America not too long ago. Other players have traveled. There's been talking back and forth. Anakin and Joey came down. You know, Richie won the golden letters. So this is like the big boiling point here for the rivalry, the two regions. Like it's been really fun, I have to say. Like, you know, people have seemed to be enjoying it. Like the shit talk on both sides has been for the most part pretty cool. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people get more invested in Tekken now. Viewership's going up, so it seems like a good thing for all parties going forward. Before I continue, just a tiny bit of housekeeping moving forward. I just want to say a shout out to Obs Tekken, my first ever member, the first person to join the KWIS channel memberships. I really appreciate that. If you would also like a shout out, also like to play against me in lobbies, or also get some gameplay analysis done by me personally, hit that join button down there, become a member. Different perks for different levels. It should all be explained there. But yeah, shout out to Obs Tekken, first ever member. I appreciate that, and I'll remember you forever. Now back to the rivalry. I think EU versus NA has been a narrative that I think hasn't been explored enough throughout, you know, Tekken 7's history. I think when the topic was brought up in the past, people just say, oh, EU weak, EU this, blah blah blah, and there are a lot of like dead narratives that we'd see all the time. Just for example, like, you know, EU's not that good because they haven't had like a good performance at like a Combo Breaker or an Evo, and like stuff like that doesn't even make sense. And it just seemed like very dismissive, you know, from the NA side, like, we're too good for you, we're too good for you. Now I think as Tekken 7 has gone on, there have been examples of, you know, a competitive nature between the two regions. You know, Jerry Fury had come over to Europe a number of times, and he'd play players like, you know, False God, Gosane, Sephi Black, have super close games. I believe lost to Sephi Black the first time they played versus firing. He also came down to Head Stomper as well. I think lost to Fergus there. And there have been, you know, examples of like our top players going at their top players. It has been competitive, and I'm a big fan of inter-region rivalry. I'd just like to say this video here is probably the only time you're going to catch me talking in like a true unbiased. You're going to hear my true feelings, how I feel about this, I think, in this video here. Like every time you hear me talk about EU versus NA, I'm just going to be really annoying. New shit talking, hyperbole, exaggeration. EU's the best, NA's trash. But here is when you're going to hear my true feelings, so make sure you treasure this moment. Then, you know, you'd have Jimmy came over for Dam in Germany. Like, he lost to Gunny, one of our French Jack players, and, you know, he lost really bad there. You know, Anakin and Joey most recently came for Red Bull golden letters. They both lost to Richie. I think the narrative has been disassembled that, you know, NA is leaps and bounds ahead of Europe. Their top players are untouchable to us, blah, blah, blah. I feel like we've dispelled that narrative. And I think for the most part now, people are seeing how competitive the true regions actually are. I think my 2 cents in it, I've always sort of said that, like, at the top level, NA is better. You can't really argue with that, you know, performances that players like Anakin, Jimmy, and Shadow and Joey have had, etc. But, you know, I think overall as a region, I'd say Europe's a stronger region. I don't think I'm reaching or going too crazy when I say anything like that. That's my true thoughts on the matter. So with Combo Breaker coming up, I'm super excited to see how the results unfold. It's actually an event I would actually love to commentate, to be honest, just to see the inter-regional matchups and see how this player matched up against this player. Like, even the players themselves are going out, like certain players like Tetsu, for example, when we were picking the teams for the E versus NA 10v10. My thoughts on the E versus NA 10v10 should be there. Click the link. And, you know, Tetsu was saying, you know, I really want Joe Crush, I want to play against Joe Crush. And you got those players over there just like I want to play against blah blah blah. Like there is excitement between the two regions to play against each other, and that I feel like the anticipation levels for Tekken for an event have not been this high in a while, and I think the fact it's taking place at Combo Breaker, like I think one of the premier Tekken events, FGC events in general, just makes it all the better. And the fact that we're now doing something in an official capacity really excites me. I think what I truly want out of this, what I'd hope out of this, is that, you know, this pops up. I have a feeling the viewership numbers are going to be like, they're going to be super good. Already we're seeing spikes in viewership for streamers, also for events that involve Europeans. Also when FDX came down to compete in EU ICFC, not EUNA, EU ICFC, there was a bump in viewership there as well, just to get a glimpse of what that rivalry is going to look like at Combo Breaker. I am super excited to see how this all plays out. I think one thing that I was super excited from when at the start of season 4 was to be able to play cross-continent when the netcode was better than it is now. For example, you know, my first attempt with Joe Fury, played against like friends like Genghis Don, Mike ATL, a lot of people I got to play against at the start of season 4, and that was super cool. Later on, you know, I think I played against Anakin online as well and other people, and like that's cool, but like when the netcode's not great, it doesn't feel like you're really playing against them. Even playing against the Kenshin and them, so it wasn't as fun, but I've also got the chance to play Anakin and other players, you know, offline as well. And I hope this in the future opens up doors for more players to want to travel cross continental. Like you have European players want to go to America more, American players want to come to Europe more, and we just have that rivalry just, you know, continue on. And then hopefully if people will start to realize, wow, this is actually super hype, you know, this is closer than I thought it'd be. And maybe Bandai Namco, we get some official involvement from them. They're like, wow, there's actually more to life than Korea versus Japan. Let's set this up as one. And talking like Spag and others, like they're saying this could go even further. Like, you know, maybe then a bridge is built between EU and NA, and then you have like East versus West, so, you know, Europeans and American players going up against like Japanese and Korean players. And there's more taking place in an official capacity, more to look forward to, more events. And I feel like this is the kind of stuff that if we ended up having Tekken 7 for an extended period of time, which I don't think we will. I think eventually we're going to hear something about the next game. But this is the kind of stuff that could help keep it alive because it's new and fresh. It's not really been done before. There are 30 plus Europeans, I believe, traveling to Combo Breaker. There has never been this level of cross contamination between the regions before, period. I think the closest has come to this was the 2018 LCQ in Amsterdam, where a lot of Americans came over. Ricardo Core, Shadow, Speed Kicks Jr., a lot of others came over as well, but like, you know, that was not that many. I think Chungy came as well. That wasn't that many. Like, there are a lot of Europeans going to this event, a lot of top European players going to this event, and I'm really excited to see how these results play out. I'm also excited to see how well I do as well. Like, had I not been the competitive person that I was, that, you know, is just loves to win, I think I would have really enjoyed sitting back and commentating this event and just seeing how the results play out and not having the pressure on me. But, you know, I love doing it, stepping into the ring, competing. This is, you know, my third time going to America for a tournament, so let's see how we do this time. I'm really excited for that, and I'm excited for so many other players as well. For you guys watching, if you are not familiar with European Tekken, which would disappoint me considering how much I try and highlight European Tekken on this channel, names you have to look out for at this event. Fujito, I think, is a name that if you're familiar with mainly American Tekken, you may not know who he is, but this guy has been super consistent in Europe recently. He's been rocking the Kunimitsu and he's been looking super good. He actually has a really exciting match in his pool. By the way, as I'm recording this video, it's currently Tuesday the 24th, so pools could have changed by the time I upload this video. He has a really exciting game potentially against Ukyo, strong East Coast Yoshimitsu player. That could happen in his pool. You have Chardy-san. This is a Swiss Hwarang player. I've seen him play before. Super optimal. Can definitely cause some upsets. And I've seen the way Americans play against Hwarang, so I'm excited to see what he does. AZM, the Yellow Beast. This is someone I think can really catch the Americans off guard with the way he plays. I think just today he played against Rip online because the Germans have already traveled. He played against Rip online, and you know, I actually didn't get to see the game. I'm gonna go back and watch that at some point. It's on Legendary Mihawk VOD. I'm excited to see how that one played out, just because I think those two styles very much complement each other. Mosquito, if you've been paying attention to the channel, German Eddie player. I played against him not too long ago. He's someone who can cause a huge upset. I think Americans should be ready for a character like Eddie. You know, Spirogin has been, you know, such a strong competitor in America for so long, especially the East Coast players. I think they should be ready for that matchup. I feel like Mosquito is going to be throwing a few things into the pot. And, you know, there's names like Joker, Gosane, Fergus, Chicken Morrow, all names I think you should all be familiar with by now. And obviously myself as well, I'm also someone who's expecting to have a nice performance out there as well. So, you know, those are names I really hope you guys pay attention to at this event. Pay attention to their runs, see how they do, because, you know, this is going to be fun. Honestly, I'm expecting upsets on both sides. I'm expecting some Europeans to lose to some Americans they shouldn't lose to. I'm expecting some Americans to lose to Europeans that they shouldn't lose to. The clash of play styles is going to be very interesting to see. And yeah, I hope we get to see more of this. You know, my true feelings on this is I'd love to see just more inter-regional competition. And, you know, regardless of what happens in the 10v10, regardless of what happens in the event, you know, I just want to see more of this and more events. You know, we have versus fighting later this year. I won't be there, or maybe something at versus fighting some Americans like We Need Revenge. All those guys came down. Let's go down to their backyard. You know, only the best is happening later on this year. We do have CEO next month, I believe. So, you know, obviously it's expensive to travel. I'm not expecting all these players to keep, you know, traveling and blah blah blah, especially unsponsored players. But, you know, if we keep more inter-regional rivalry, I think is better for everyone involved. Europeans, you know, they start backing their boys, want our guys to do well. I think that was one thing that I noticed when I was at Red Bull Kumite, actually. Like, for example, when I was playing against like AccuMajor and like Rip or whoever, like some people, I know Sukin was around, like doing live IRL streams of the event and watching certain matches, and there was actually a tournament happening at the same time in Europe, Celtic Throwdown, and then like there was someone showed me a video of like a bunch of players like huddled like around a phone watching my game versus Infested, like, you know, because we have our European competing over there against a Korean and shit. So yeah, like I think overall, all in all, it's going to be a good event. I'm excited to see what happens. I hope no one goes overboard in terms of their, like, you know, regardless of their result. I know people are going to start, you know, shit talking or whatever. I'm not talking about the players, by the way, but I know some people are going to do a madness, you know, so let's try and keep it respectful between the two. All the shit talk between the players, it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like WWE, like the shit talk between the players and stuff. Like, I feel like some people still don't get that. They're like, you know, at the end of the day, we're all going to be chilling after the event. We're going to be cool, whatever. We're going to play our games, shake hands, GGs, want to go get something to eat, whatever the fuck. But like some people out on the sidelines really take this really seriously, and they get really invested and angry. So let's just try and keep it all, you know, civil. We're all gonna have a good time. Let's not ruin this great event, because I'm gonna have a good time. I hope you guys have a good time watching the event. And if you are gonna be there, say what's up. I feel like it's hard to miss me. I currently have blue hair right now. I think it's pretty hard to miss me. So if you see me, say what's up. You want a picture? Let me know. There have been many times I've been at tournaments and people have kind of like hovered around me, and then they're just kind of sort of like waited there, and then they're like, yeah. And then after the event, they like come to my Twitch and like, oh, I want to say hello, but I didn't. I was the guy like standing behind you for like 20 minutes. So if you see me, say what's up. Unless I'm like in a tournament match, don't do that, because I've had people do shit like that. Don't do that. That's the one thing you can't do. If you see me sitting down and playing and like it looks important, don't say hello. But after you can, but only if I win. If I lose, don't. I'm kidding. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. All of the relevant links should be in the description down below. I should have linked to the brackets for Combat Breaker and the streams will be taking place on. Most of the polls will be taking place at 10 on Media, and I believe the top 8 will be on Team Spooky's channel. Also, the NA versus EU 10v10 is at 7 p.m. I think Central, whatever time Combat Breaker is. I think it's Central, on the 10 on Media channel. So I think that could be today I'm uploading this video. So it could be, as I'm speaking, it could be like tonight in a few hours that NA versus EU 10v10 happens, if I plan this correctly. But I'm in a different time zone right now, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that join button if you want to become one of my members. Shout outs to Obs Tekken as well. Again, my first ever member. If you want to shout out priority replies to your comments, play him some lobbies, also get some gameplay analysis, joining my members is one of the best ways to do that. All the information should be there when you hit the join button. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.